All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my very first stream on my own. Um, I am going to be playing Minecraft, and if you've watched any of my recent streams, which of the one viewer, I think it's just Austin at the moment, who is there. Hey, Austin. um, we built this sort of Minecraft village, me and my girlfriend Makayla, and also some of our other friends. Um, It's pretty extensive at this point. We've built quite a bit more. That's the church that I built. Then we also have other buildings, other houses, all kinds of other things. So I thought today I would add on to it and go build something off yonder. Um, I'm thinking I really want to build a castle for my girlfriend, for Makayla. Um, I just think it would be really cool to have like the village over here and then like a giant castle looming over in the distance. I thought about doing a castle that was hanging like suspended up in the clouds looking down on things, but I think with the build height of 255, I think that would just get too complicated. So, I want to build a castle in the hills. I'm not sure if I want to do this hill over here and have it look down on the town this way, or there's a really pretty flower head, flower grove. What's the right word for a group of flowers? Flower patch? Sure. There's this really cool flower patch that spawned right here. Um, actually recently found out I'd never explored over this way before. There's an illager or pillager or whatever they're called now, fortress over here. Um, which, oops, that we built our village so close to this. Um, so I don't think I want to mess with them. Although there is this cool mountainous region over here. Everything's loading in slowly. It's fine. Um, which would be pretty. I don't know. I think this is a neat area to build in, but I don't know if I want to build a castle here because I'm not a very good builder, and that seems like a challenge that I'm not ready to take on. I struggle enough to be creative, even in just like a flat area. So, I think I might build it over here. Just build it right in this flat area looking over there. And then, I don't know, maybe there could be like some fields or something in between, like fields for growing crops for the kingdom. Whoops. For paying taxes to the king, something like that. That would be cool. Oh, hi, Nico. I assume that's Nico. That would be cool. Maybe we could build in another stream, build like a second thing. Thanks, Siri. Build a second kind of evil castle over there. Shut up. uh, I'm gonna leave it daytime because that's just easiest to build in. So, let's see. I think I know. So I asked Makayla's permission to build a something. She doesn't know what I'm building. She just knows that I'm building something. And I gave her total permission to destroy it if she wants. Because this is, in all fairness, this is her village. This is her little creative project. So, but she said yes. She agreed. She doesn't know what I'm building. Her only request is that it doesn't interfere with the villagers' day-to-day lives, and that it sort of respects this, like the villagers' kind of design aesthetic, which I'm not a huge fan of overall. I think, I mean, it's fine, and she's done a very good job building to that aesthetic of like the base village design words. But we're gonna take some liberties with it. I think I'm gonna base it more off of this church that I built. with all the stone bricks and stone cobblestone and oh, hello, sir. What beautiful lighting you have. Um, with just sort of like the wood and the different types of stone. I'm gonna leave that open so he can come out and burn to death if he wants to. So, what blocks am I gonna need? I know that I'm gonna need stone bricks. The lighting is gorgeous. Yeah, I have a fun shader on, so it makes the sun stream in through things. It also makes certain blocks shiny, like iron blocks are shiny. This gentleman over here, this iron golem, is reflective. He's a little bit glitchy, but he's meant to be reflective. The water is all nice and pretty and refracts light smoothly. Um, and Mr. Skeleton over here gets his perfect selfie lighting. The other idea that I have for this is I want to build something that sort of is to her aesthetic because it's meant to be a castle for her as the queen. And so her sort of streaming slash channel slash everything aesthetic is very dragon core. So I want to do something. Yeah, dragons, exactly, dragons. Specifically, kind of a muted green dragons kind of palette. Um, and I also want to make it sort of, I don't know, cute, for lack of a better word. So I thought I could do on the entrance in some way, like have the main castle have like a moat and a drawbridge and towers. This is very, very ambitious. And then on the front have sort of like this giant pale green heart that has like wings and horns in some sort of a dragon thing, and have some like a dark green dragon head mounted on the inside in a respectful. It's not a real dragon. You didn't kill it, but like a dragon head kind of thing. Ooh, I keep bumping my mic. I'm sorry. But those are flavor wins that we'll save for later. We're gonna start by clearing out some of the land. And I'm honestly probably going to start by building a giant stone cube. Or rectangle. And from there, we'll build out towers. We'll build a castle first. And then we'll build... Oops. We'll start decorating. How centered do I want this to be? I think if I could have a road coming this way, then have the like door of the castle be there. Is that centered? Maybe there. Yeah. That looks right. One of the reasons I have this particular shader on, I know Makayla uses a different one called DSL, which I really like as well, but not quite as much as this. I saw somebody recently playing Minecraft Bedrock with the like RTX ray tracing settings, and I was like, oh man, that's cool, but I don't have an RTX graphics card, which is required to run that kind of thing. So I'm out of luck in terms of running the actual official ray tracing Minecraft Bedrock thing. So I went out and I looked to see if there were any like Java versions, kind of bootleggy kind of things, and there is. I previously used a shader called Seus Renewed, S-E-U-S, Sonic Ether's Unbelievable Shader, I think. And he has a version out called PTGI, Path Traced Global Illumination, I think. I'm not great with computer lingo. And so it simulates ray tracing, which is really cool. Well, it is ray tracing, but it's just not... He calls it something else. He calls it path tracing. And it means that not only do you have like an sun, and it tracks where the sun's rays go, but it also means that you have things like reflections and refractions. If I take a block of iron and I place it down, not only do you have... Here, I'll do it like this. Not only do you have the shadows being cast by the sun, you also have a little bit of the way that the sunlight bounces off the ground onto the blocks in this direction. You have them being a little reflective on top and on the sides. And different blocks have different levels of shininess. I think gold is a little bit more shiny. Yeah, gold is very reflective. Glass is obviously going to be reflective, especially the darker shades of glass. Things like... Get rid of these out of my inventory. Things like torches cast light properly. If I go... Yeah. Oh, that's buggy. Whoops. Ooh, it doesn't like it when I just suddenly shift the time. But now, if I hold a torch in my hand, it casts light. So sometimes I put one of those in one hand, especially if I'm playing in creative or survival rather. I'll put one of those in one hand, and then if I put down some blocks of gold, you can see the way that the torch light reflects off of it. Whereas if I put it away, I'm still holding it. What's it reflecting? Oh, the moon! Oh, it's reflecting the moon! Yeah, that's the other cool thing is at night, like, it's dark, but it's not as dark as it could be because you have the moonlight. Until the moon goes behind a cloud, and then you'll notice it getting a lot darker, which also, nighttime, makes this village very pretty. The way that the lanterns all reflect, the way that the indoors versus outdoors, you can see, well, Makayla's got a lot of outdoor lighting. But normally, if you say you only have lights indoors, here's an example. You can see the way that it, like, oh, ignore that. You can see the way that it, like, comes out through the windows exclusively. And honestly, I think that this should be the way that Minecraft is normally, because I recently turned it off and I was like, wow, this game is not as pretty, but I know that Minecraft isn't necessarily going for a pretty look, but it does add a sense of presence, I guess. And especially in a game where you're building stuff, and a lot of people build for the aesthetic, it makes... I don't know, it just makes things nicer, in my opinion. We fill ditches different... How do you fill ditches? Ooh, that's a tongue twister. How do you... That shouldn't be hard to say. I'm just a mess. How do you fill ditches? Oh, you fully fill them in instead of just like a layer over the top? Okay, that's fair. I do that sometimes, especially if it's a deeper hole that like monsters could spawn in. But no, I'm just being lazy about it. Oh, there are so many places where I've just put a layer over the top, and, and I'll be like walking around and be like, wow, why do I hear monster noises or skeleton noises? And I'm like, oh yeah, because they spawned in that ditch in the ground that I made. The other day, I was playing on stream with myself and Makayla and her roommate Morgan, and it was a lot of fun. Except Morgan kept spawning fish, which what's the spawn egg? Here's a spawn for a cod, and I would dig holes, and she would throw a fish in there, and I'd cover it up. The only problem is that the noise is deeply unpleasant. Please tell me I buried it in this one. Yeah. And eventually they die. But there are just a bunch of holes under that village over there that are filled with what are now just dead fish corpses. Because Morgan was throwing around fish, and I was burying them to get rid of the problem. Yeah, no, it was bad. Oh yes, absolutely. No. We it was a lot of fun to play with her, and to play with everyone else. And she just has this kind of chaos that's honestly relatable. Makayla likes to joke that she only has INFP friends, and Morgan is also an INFP in the most chaotic sense. My attention span is dwindling when it comes to destroying things. I might just stop once I finish this bit. Start building cube. Oh yeah, no, her DMing style is indeed beautiful chaos. You remember when we played that game together with, I think Coda was there, and Hazel, and Makayla, and everything, and for those who weren't there, I ended up, my character got sucked into another dimension because saw a crown, I think, went ooh shiny, and put it on and got cursed and banished to another dimension. So then everyone went to go look for my character, and in the meantime, I got to play Merlin Jr., who is the Merlin from Shrek the Third. Just as a character. That happened. It was beautiful. Awful, but beautiful. Alright, let's see. How wide do we want this to be? So this is going to be the entrance. And it's going to be 4 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on either side. That seems like a good 3. Oh, I didn't fill this in. Crap. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll, cross that bridge later. And then I'm gonna build it one out from that. This is gonna be sort of the main hall slash entry area. I think that's probably big enough to start. Nope. There we go. I didn't count, so we're just gonna have to line this up as best we can. Reception room. Yes, this is the lobby. This is where you check in, get your doctor's appointment. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Fell in a hole. Yes! Okay, I was one off, but I was pretty close. We're going to destroy these corners. I want to do what I did with the church over there, which is I built up the corners with stone walls. Oh, I can get rid of all these things. Because stone walls make a really nice kind of corner piece. Yeah, I guess addendum is not the word I'm looking for. But if you build these up, then it makes a nice little corner. Cornerstone. That's it. Get rid of these because it's going to be the main entrance. So, I'm going to build the floor one... No, I'm going to build the floor on this level. So you have to, like, go up some stairs briefly. God, I wish I had world map. I could just fill this area with stone. Yeah, look at the way that the sunlight is shining off of the stone and how it's different than the grass. Very cool. I'm a sucker for little... Nope. I'm a sucker for little technical things. And something that I enjoy about this shader is just like... I'll be playing and then I'll look over and be like, oh, that's an interesting way that light reacts. That I hadn't noticed before. Or hadn't thought about light reacting. It's not as good as the Bedrock RTX ray tracing. Because this is still very much in like alpha stages. The Bedrock version, I was watching a YouTube video of NerdCubed building, because he likes to just passively build things. It's very charming. And he was building a house that had an underground sort of cozy little reading nook. It was very adorable. But the reading nook opened up to an underground... there was like the house, and it was on a riverbank. And then it went downstairs, and off the basement was the reading nook that had a window to the river. And so while you were sitting in the reading nook that was very nicely lit, you could look out and see the fish swimming by. And it was very cozy until nighttime came. Because if you've ever been underwater, or if you've ever gone to an aquarium and seen the way that, like, light refracts through water and glass, it bends everything and it's all warped. So as fish would swim by, instead of just going like this, they would do like a well, a fisheye, I guess. They'd get all warped and distorted. I think that's why a lot of aquarium walls are a little bit round, or have walls on multiple sides, just to give you a little bit of a different sense of perspective. But I know nothing about aquariums. Ah, there we go. Shiny stone. Let's go back to bay. Why do I hear lava? Oh. Well, this is water. This is not lava. But I hear lava. I'm gonna put on my other headphone so I can hear better. From this direction? I see. We can deal with this. Where's water? Where's bucket of water? Ah! I'm on fire. It's fine. But I am going to keep torches in here so that monsters don't spawn. This is not the most efficient way to be dealing with this. Is that all? No, I still hear more. Oh dear, this is large.